The Montreal Canadiens own the 16th and 17th overall picks in this week's draft. Executive Vice President of Hockey Operations Jeff Gorton was asked if he plans to move up in the first round.
We've had conversations about that and the other way too, to move down. So it's just about the cost. You know, right now at 16, 17, I think we'd be happy with that. But there are some players, you know, top 10 that we like a lot. And if opportunity arises, we might do that or even move up a couple spots. We'll see. But we're looking at everything. And, you know, it's a decent draft, some pretty quality players. So we'll see what happens.
Ladies and gentlemen, we could not be more thrilled to welcome back our Montreal Bureau Chief, Kenzie Lalonde, or Lalonde, her popular segment. Kenzie, wonderful to see you. You've been working so hard, and you're still doing work for us, getting ready for the draft for the Habs. Jeff Gorton providing a little insight there as to what his plans might be for his first-round picks. Did he provide any more insight when you had a chance to speak with him on Thursday?
First of all, I'd like to say I think I'm wearing the same shirt as the way in which that photo was taken, so it's good to know. Good to know I haven't changed my wardrobe much, but yeah, great news today to hear some insight into how Habs management will be approaching this year's 2025 NHL entry draft. You can tell they're open for anything. They have the 16th and 17th pick in the first round on Friday night, but they are open to trading up or even down or trading these picks altogether. For them, it's really all about cost, and that's what continues to be the big subject matter for the Canadiens. What are they willing to pay? What are they willing to give up? And what fits their timeline best? And if they're bringing in someone new, will they fit the room? Will they fit the culture? They're taking all these things into consideration, but they're pleased to have 16th and 17th. But you heard from Jeff there that there are some exciting prospects in the top 10 that they're keeping their eyes on. And if the opportunity makes sense, they'll go for it. And even if that means just moving up one or two spots in the draft on Friday.
A second-line center or just a top six forward in general, that's the major need for the Montreal Canadiens right now. What did Gorton say about the temperature of the market in that aspect?
Yeah, the Montreal Canadiens certainly need to bolster this second line, whether that is identifying a second line center or a top six forward that can play and help Ivan Demidov. So Gorton kind of elaborated that they are exploring. They said, you know, that the market's competitive right now. There's less sellers. And right now at this time, the number of teams that are also trying to take a step, I should be saying, is significant. So they're having lots of conversations. I did ask Jeff as well, just with the increase in cap, how that's impacting the sellers market at this time. And he did say typically at this time, teams are trying to save money. And that's just not the case this year because teams are trying to take a step forward. So there could be a log jam here. But look, at the end of the day, the Canadiens have their covered stock. They have 2 first-round picks tomorrow night in the entry draft. They have great prospects in Laval. And of course, they also have some significant cap space. So a lot to play with here after the entry draft. That certainly becomes more player-to-player movement. And on free agency as well, Gorton kind of said in his experience, it's the top players that are going to dictate the timeline. If it takes a while for these top players to move, well, that's going to change the timelines for other teams. So I'll be watching some of these big dogs, the Mitch Marners, the Sam Bennett's on when they move, because that may impact the Canadiens' timeline.
You know, Kenzie, in a perfect world, Kirby Doc would have been completely healthy and would have been the star that he was in junior and just become Montreal's second-line center, and everyone would have been thrilled. It hasn't worked out that way, as we know. He had another knee surgery in February. What's the latest on that?
Yeah, we got an update today from Jeff Gorton on the status of Kirby Doc, saying he's progressing well. He was in Montreal 10 days ago for 1 week's time, where he was seeing team doctors and working out. And he said he's ahead of schedule. And to me, that's key, Jay, to hear that Kirby Doc's ahead of schedule, because he needs to be in the best shape, playing his best game come training camp time. Management has emphasized that he needs to play his best to grab a hold of those top 6 minutes that he will want to step back into when the season begins. But the cards are in Kirby Doc's hands here. He'll need to come back playing his best hockey the second training camp begins. So to hear that he's ahead of schedule is refreshing, because then it sounds like he can get back to game 4 more at a quicker pace and hopefully in time for training camp so he can put his best foot forward.
She is our Montreal Canadiens reporter. She is a star PWHL play-by-play caller and host. She is an NHL play-by-play caller, and she does it all with just one jacket. This has been Lalonde.